Peace. What's up, Facebook? My brothers, my sisters. Today I'm going to slow it down a little bit, right? I noticed in the past I'll be using some terminology that y'all might not be familiar with, so I'm going to try to go a little slower. And I'm going to take it piece by piece. And I'm finding new ways to create music for therapeutic methods only for me. But I want to kind of show you a detailed breakdown. So the first thing I did last night, it's probably at 1 o'clock in the morning, right? I just got off a vacation. I wasn't really tired, so I decided to come down to the studio and make me a beat. I was really messing around with some chops, to be honest with you. So this is what I came up with. I grabbed this sample right here. Let me find this sample real quick. The sample is right. Let's see if this is it. Alright, here we go. My bad. This is the sample that I chopped. Alright, I ain't gonna play the whole sample. So what I did was, I took that. As you can see, here's the wave. That's the wave file of the sample. So if I play it, you'll see it move. Took that, and then I created some chops out of that, which are here. My bad. So I took these, right? That's one. Just in little chops. I don't do loops. I don't do 1 bar loops of the song. I chop it up because I'm going to make it different and to my own tangible form. And here they are. That's the kick. I use this kick right here, but I fattened it up when I did the beat. So if I go like this, it'll play the whole sample. It'll play the song. So that's 64 pads. I got more pads of the song. If I slide this thing up, I got more. It's just gonna keep going up. And I keep moving up, I got more of the song. This is the end of the song. Alright? I'm gonna slide it back down. So after I did that, I said, let me go ahead and take them drums from that. So I took the drums and I started creating sequences. And here are the sequences that I created from that. Let me make sure I got this right so y'all can understand what I'm talking about. So I took this. My bad. This is where I started. I started from here. So all I did, right? That kick from that album. Took that, and then I went and added. I took some of my drums that I created, the drums that I use, and I added this with the hi-hats and the snare. Also want to. And you need to take note that if you want to hear the bass and you really want to hear this, if you really, really want to hear it, you're going to have to get you some headsets. If you ain't got no headsets, you ain't going, like, you'll hear it because I'm playing it out loud in the studio, in the speakers and the monitors. So what I did was I created that, and I just did various sequences of them chops. And this I'm gonna play each sequence, and you'll hear how it change up. And I'll just say this is sequence one. This is sequence one right now. So how I normally start my drums, either I'll play it or I'll step. So I was step sequencing in this particular style of beat that I was doing. Let me step back a little bit. This machine right here that I'm using is called a push 2. It's a controller. It's an instrument. It's a bass. It's a guitar. It's all everything. Drums. And it's like the Jaguar to me of all controllers. It's costly, but in the end, once you learn it, it's well worth it. I do use my MPC 2000 XL, and I do use my MPC Touch. With the MPC Touch controller, my MPC 2000 is a standalone. I don't need no computer. With this, I gotta have a computer. So I'm just kind of breaking it down. I'm dumbing this video down, this feed down just a little bit so you can understand what I'm doing. These lines here that you see right here are sequences. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sequences on that one particular track. If I switch over to another track, I got other sequences, but we're going to stay on this right now. So here's the first sequence. I'm showing you step how I did the beat. So I started with, I'm going to go back again. I started with this. And that came from the album. That came from that album kick. I used that kick, but I fattened it up. So all I kept hitting. Boom, boom, boom. Alright? And then I added my hi-hats. And my snare. Alright? Sequence 2. Let me come out of that for a minute. I got a little confused. That's okay, you get confused. So I'm trying to go to this session view right here, which is here. Oh, that's what it is. Started with that, right? Here's the next one. That's sequence 2. It was sequence 3. Right? Here goes that sequence. Next sequence coming up. Next sequence. So really the sample says that's the sound that love makes. I took it and I chopped it and make it to try to make it say that's the sound. That's my sound. that I only can make. So it can kind of go either way when you hear it. And let me show y'all real quick right here. It goes. Alright, so I used that. And then once I did that, did them 6 sequences just in that order, I added my bass line. Now I took my bass line from, I could take any sound that I want and make it into a bass line. So I took these sounds from the sample and made it into a bass. And this is what I created right here. I'm gonna play the bass by itself. This is the first part of the bass. Here's the next sequence of that bass. Here's the third sequence of that part, the bass I created. That right now, just take your mind, in order to create this like bass and stuff, get back, so move in order to create these bass. Like, I don't really use bass. I do have other bass, stock bass that I use, or other bass that I use, but I like to create my own bass. So here's the next part. I'm gonna start back at the top with that first bass in the drums. So it'll go like this. I went like this. Right, did that, right? Next bass sequence. Alright, did that, right? They go to the other sequence. Alright, so I did that, right? So then I came back and I added these, I call them sprinkles. They're like my scratches, little trinket shit to throw in the beat. So I threw this in there. If you notice, I put static in there because a lot of people say, like sometimes I won't sample and I call it hip hop. They saying hip hop is sampling. That's original. No, what's original to me is playing my own shit. That's more original than sampling shit. But sometimes you ain't gonna know it's a sample. So I put a little crackle. I got a little crackling pad that I hit to make it sound like it got some crackling in there. And here it is right here. So you hear that? And I threw these in there. Do that in there. Alright? Put that in the beat. And this how it sound together with the beat. the original sample. Let me play it back again. Before I get carried away, sometimes I get carried away. So I did that. Now I went back in and got me some riffs. 20 years ago, I used to do jam sessions. And inside these jam sessions, I was responsible for assisting engineering and miking up the drums, the guitars, the trumpet, and all that. So the musician would tell me how he want his mics. He might want 4 mics on his drums. He might want just front and rear, left and right. So I would mic it up. So I did the session. So when I did the session, I did this session over in Country Hocking. Y'all know Country Hocking, Rough House Records. I interned over there for 2 years. My mentor was Jim Solomon. Jim Solomon mixed Lauryn Hills, Chris Cross and them. I was a part of that mixing. I never really told nobody about it because I was in the learning phase of things. But I learned a lot from Jim. Shout out to my man Jim Solomon from South Philly, Italian brother. Good man. All right. So I got these riffs that I was responsible for of miking up. And how I got into the jam session was I was already an intern, but my neighbor on Marshall Street right next to Coletti, over top him was his brother. His name was Darren. He was Guy, the group. Remember the group Guy, Teddy Riley and them? Guy, he was their drummer. So what me and him met, and he used to always play his drums. He had a big ass drum set upstairs. And sometimes I used to knock on his door, and when I knocked on his door the first time, me and him, we kind of had it out. And I was like, yo, you need to turn that shit down. But come to find out, we had a lot in parallel relation. So we mixed it up, and me and him started doing things together. We did some tracks together. I helped him do much way. So that's why I came up with these riffs. So I had already had them in my library. So here's the riffs that I got right here. So I'm gonna let you hear them. So what I gotta do now is I gotta figure out how these gonna fit into my beat. And these are the chops. Let me make sure y'all can see this. This is real important that you understand this process. Because if you don't understand the process, you ain't gonna know what I'm talking about. So here's the riffs. Let me get it right. It's like this. Okay. Here we go right here. Oh, that was it. Why am I not hearing nothing? That's strange. Oh, this is why. I got that one right. Now I recorded all these. This is the guitar. He went solo, so I did a lot of, when he was warming up, he was doing different things. I just recorded his ass. Really trying to get a mic check on him. And really it goes like this. Let me see see if I can lay it out for you. These are the chops right here. Here's the first riff. So this is go. That's the first riff he did. Then he came back and went. He did. And then he came back and went. That was another riff. And then he went. And then it was like. Them three right there. And then it was like. No, not this one. And then it was like. No, it was like. So what I did was I chopped the riffs. So that was like. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to make these guitar riffs fit into my beat. So I might have to slow it down, I might have to speed it up, I might have to detune it a little bit. So I'm gonna mess around with it. Now I'm about ready to go live to finish up the beat. You already heard what I did so far. So now I'm gonna go ahead and go live on this, and I'm gonna start fucking around with some shit. I'm gonna mess up, I'm gonna get it right. When you see me hit this red button right here, when that shit go the metronome, that means I'm getting ready to record. Alright, so here we go. Let me get it right. I'm gonna take it back from just the groove of the beat. Take the bass out so I can try to hear it a little bit better. Hold on, let me get it from the top. like that one, so I'm gonna record that one, right? I'm gonna record it. So I like that, right? So that's one sequence. I'm gonna let that one be. I'm gonna go into the next one. Now I'm just freaking off the top. I'll do it again. See that? I kind of like that, but I gotta remember because I'm gonna be doing like live performance, and then that one was just free flowing. But I'm a free flowing, but I'm locking in my brain what I'm hitting, so I'm gonna run it back again. I like that one, so I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna go to another one. I'm gonna freak another one. Look, like I like them, but I'm not really doing, like I'm creating, but I'm not really, like I gotta memorize this shit, and this shit, I don't wanna play and then go back and memorize it. So I like that one. So I'm gonna see. What I mean by that, I'm looking for transitions. I got to make sure each sequence transitions. So if I play the sequences, the first, I just did 3 of them, so let me play them. Here's the first one. transition good to me. And the reason why I possibly think that they transition right, because I'm only messing with these 4 notes. But I added some other notes, but I remember I came back to these notes to bring it back into the next transition. And what I mean by that, so if I go and I hit this and don't come back to one of these, when I transition, it ain't gonna go right. If I kept doing and then when the next one ain't gonna sound right. So now I'm gonna transition from these sequences, these notes up to here, and then I'm gonna start a new different patterns of sequences. So I'm just gonna play it. I'm gonna play it without. I gotta practice a little bit and see what happens. I like that, right? So I'm gonna fuck with that. This going into a different pattern. So now I'm gonna fuck with these notes. When you see the lights light up, when you see these lights light up down here, when these lights light up, right? Oh shit, I fucked up. When these lights light up, that means the pads that I'm hitting. Let me see if I can get you a darker color so you can see it a little bit better. Because I barely can see it on. Let me make it a little darker color for y'all. Let me see if I can make this. Let's make it this color here. See what happens. Let me see if you can see that. That's better right there. So when you see them pads light up, they the ones that's the pads that I'm hitting to create. I'm trying to act like I'm a guitar player, but I'm riffing right now. So I like that one there, so I'm gonna start another one, but I gotta hear this again so I know what the next, so I can transition to the next one. Hit the rhythm. So I'm gonna do it again. That one either. So I'm gonna do it again. That's what I like. See, you might like it, and that's cool. If I ain't feeling it and I don't move with it, I could keep it, but it's not gonna go in with my other ones in transition, because I'm remembering that this last one that I did was like this. The first note I hit was this one. So I always gotta come back to that. But in that sequence I started here. So I'm gonna start here and I fucked up. So I'm gonna go back to this one here. Right? It makes sense? Alright, so here we go. Off the gate, I went too fast. Like that, right? But I feel I'm missing something, or I'm gonna take away. I think I went up too high in the second bar. I think I went up too high in the note, so I'm gonna drop them notes down and see what it sounds like. And I'm gonna do that on the computer, and you'll hear the difference. I like that. Now I know the guitar may be a little too loud if you hearing it, but ain't none of this shit. It's nothing mixed. So I'm gonna go ahead. I need it loud so I can hear it. So I'm gonna go ahead and play it back on the top one more time, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put it in some type of arrangement. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 sequences. But I think I want to record one more. I want to do one more, but I want to do it as a transition into like a breakdown, so I can kind of spice up my drums, put some crashes in with it, because this is just the first draft of the beat. So I'm gonna go ahead and fuck around with that. Let y'all hear that. So I'm gonna fuck around with that. I'm gonna try to freak that. Remember these 2 notes. This going into my breakdown transition. Fucked up, right? Get that again. So that's cool. So I like that. So that's gonna go into my next. Like if the hook come in, when the hook come in or the chorus come in, that's my little break. Or it could be after or before. Then I'm gonna use that. So I'm gonna record one more and then I should be good. But I gotta hear it one more time. Cool. So now I think I'm gonna get a little freaky. So that one was basic. So now I'm gonna get a little freaky with it. But I gotta remember these notes though. I got it right here. So I'm gonna practice first. best way, what I found out when I'm recording, it's hard because when motherfuckers know they being recorded, they try to get perfect. So now I'm learning this to block out the fucking feed and just do me. Like, it took me a while to master that. I still haven't mastered. I'm probably like 75% there. And that's another key. So when you see me messing up, that's okay though. So if you're a producer and you filming and you trying to get this out to the masses to get them to see what you're doing, you gotta try to learn to block that out. So I'm getting more comfortable because most of the time I'm acting like I'm in a band and they give me my solo. I'm just do what the fuck I do. So I just wanted to add that in there. So I'm gonna fuck around again. I'm gonna use these two notes. Stay with these two. Maybe I can do that. Cool, but I still don't like it. So that's cool. So now, that part right there is like, I call it transition words. Like, you know how we use transition words in English. So these are transition sequences. So I'm gonna go ahead and play from the last sequence and see how that transitions into this. It's really like a little breakdown, a little melody. The drum's probably gonna drop out. I'm gonna take out the scratch, take out the bass, and see what happens. All right, so I'm gonna fuck around with it. back from that transition to that first sequence, I'll go into another one, but I just did that, so it sounded kind of weird. But I'm going to go ahead and play from the top, and then I'm going to give y'all, and then that's it. I'm going to go ahead and put in some song mode, all right? Thank y'all for watching, man. Elevation Productions, Granddaddy Frost. Peace, I'm gone. Feel free to leave a comment. Let me know what you think.